So, hi, and welcome to the Senior Yellow Breeches Girls Program video. I'm Abby, and I'm the case manager for the girls here at Yellow Breeches Educational Center.
Hi, I'm Greg, and I'm the math teacher at Yellow Breeches Education Center.
We are both the staff advisors for the Senior Girls Project this year. Originally, we had planned a community service project within our school building. The girls were working on painting and replacing some of the older parts of the building. Unfortunately, they weren't able to finish it. So instead, they came up with an idea to help the aging community. I hope you enjoy this video and appreciate all the time and effort they put into it. Enjoy.
Create a Facebook account. Logging in. Use your email address or phone number to first create your username. Then create your own password. As you create your account, you will need to fill out information like first and last name and birth date. Sometimes they also have you fill out your interests and stuff as you're making your account. Fill them out as you go. After everything is filled out, you are ready to actually log into your account. Down below, I have a video on how to make your Facebook account private.
In this video, I wanted to show you how to make a Facebook profile completely private. And there are multiple steps that you need to take to make sure it's completely private. I'll show you all of them in this video. If it's your first time here, I make easy to follow social media and tech videos every single day, so please consider subscribing. So here I'm on my profile page. You could access the settings page from this page or the main Facebook page. You want to click this down arrow here and go to settings. The reason why I'm showing you this on a browser is because you get a lot more options here than the mobile app. So I'm going to go to settings here. And the first place where we want to change things is under the privacy tab on the side. So if you land here, go to privacy, and we want to change a few things. Who can see your future post? First, we want to edit that. We don't want the public to see our future posts, so we want friends, friends of friends, or just me. So if you want it to be completely private, only me is the option. If you want it just to be to friends, it's going to be just to friends. You could also do this every time you post a new post. It has a drop-down menu. Next, the next thing you want to change is limit the audience. You also want to make sure that you review all the posts you're tagged in. So make sure that setting is like mine. Limit posts, past posts. Let me click that. This basically takes your old post and just shares it with friends. So not with friends of friends or public. So I do want to do that. I'm going to go ahead and press that. Let's close that. Next, who can send me a friend request? Edit. Again, if you want it to be completely private, you want to do friends of friends. These are your options. Who can see your friends list? Go ahead and edit that. And you could just change this to only me, or you could just change it to friends if you want it to be for your friends. In this case, I'm just going to change it to only me. Close that. Who can look you up using your email address? Again, it's everyone right now. You want to change this to friends. And who can look you up using your phone number? Again, change this to friends. And this is very important. You want search engines like Google to find you. I'm going to edit that, and you could just check this off, and this will turn this off. So now you can't even be searched using Google, Bing, or other search engines. So those are the things under the privacy tab that you need to change. But we're not done yet. We're going to go to timeline and tagging next. And here, who could post on your timelines? Go ahead and edit that. And you could just, if you want it to be completely private, be only you. This kind of defeats the purpose of Facebook for me. So I'm going to leave it on friends here. Who can see your post on timelines? Mine's only set to friends, but again, it could be set to only me to make it even more completely private. Allow posting to stories is on. You could disable and enable that if you don't want to use Facebook stories. Hide comments containing certain words, so you could do that and filter out that way. Who can see posts that you're tagged in? You could change this to be, again, only me or friends. Same thing, you could change this to friends and only me. Any of these, if you want it to be completely private, do only me, but it will take a lot of the functionalities of Facebook in a social media platform. Review posts you're tagged in before they appear, so you could turn this to on, so you have to review them. I showed you this on the other page, so go ahead and set that to on, so they don't just randomly appear without you knowing. Review tags people add to your posts. Again, I'm going to turn that on. And those are everything you need to do under timeline and tagging. Next.
Adding friends from search. Once logged in, to add specific friends, search their name in the search bar at the top of the screen. If there are multiple accounts with that person's name, go through and click on the accounts to find which one is them. After finding their account, press the blue button that says Add Friend. Then your request will be sent to them, and all you have to do is wait for them to accept it or deny it. Accepting or denying other people's requests. If using the app, you will get a notification saying someone has sent you a friend request. If you click on the notification, it will take you straight to their request. From there, you can click on their profile and look to see if it is someone you know. If you would like to accept it, you can press Accept Request. If you would like to deny it, you can press Deny. How to create your own post. There's a video.
To post on your own timeline, tap the Option button. Tap on your name. Scroll down, tap Status. Type the message you wish to share on your own timeline. Tap Post. The message is posted on your own timeline.
And that is it.
Awesome. What is one piece of advice that you would like to give to a senior citizen about being on Facebook as somebody who's a younger person who has probably had Facebook for many years?
It is kind of hard to understand, but once you get the hang of it, it's easy. They are also constantly coming out with new updates, but you don't necessarily change anything very important other than maybe adding some settings.
To computer basics. Turning your computer on. Find the on/power button in the top corner of your keyboard. Push the button. In some computers, you might need to hold down the button. Wait a few seconds, and your screen should then turn on. Keyboard and what they do. The letter keys allow you to type out words, but what about the other keys? Shift allows you to capitalize a letter by holding the Shift key down, then clicking the letter. Backspace allows you to delete your mistake without deleting everything. The delete key only deletes what is right behind the cursor. Enter allows you to move your cursor down one line. It also allows you to open the URL you typed into the search bar /address bar. ESC, the escape key, allows you to cancel and close whatever you were previously doing. Control allows you to use shortcuts. And spacebar allows you to create a blank space between the words you are typing. Allows you to use shortcuts. And spacebar allows you to create a blank space between the words you are typing. Why is there symbols above the numbers on my keyboard? They have symbols above them because if you hold down the Shift key and press a number, for example 1, the symbol above it will be typed instead of the number. Hold down Shift plus press 1 equals an exclamation.
Welcome to this Windows channel, and this is a quick explanation of what your laptop keyboard is capable of doing with all these keys that you have. So we're not going to go extensively through them, but we are going to give you a basic guide of what they can do. So on a laptop keyboard, your keys do a lot more than just type letters and numbers. They also have tons of functionalities. And it's very surprising how people don't use them or don't even know they exist. And as a tech guy, I've seen that over the years, and I'm pretty sure it's still the same thing. Most of you out there have no idea what these keys do. Well, first of all, notice that there's a FN key on your laptop. every modern laptop has an FN key. It appeared at some point when laptops in the year 2000s, when laptops had more functionality suddenly. So this is FN key. It's a key that is actually the one you will press sometimes to activate certain functionalities that your laptop can do. For example, you have volume control. Some laptops have the volume control, simply pressing the corresponding key will raise or lower the volume. Sometimes you have to do the combination. Press the FN key and then press the key to have that functionality happen. So for example, on my laptop, the volume control, I have to press the FN key and the corresponding keys. And you see here, I either put my volume up or down, depending on what I'm doing. In my case, it's F9 and F10. In other computers, it's different. As you see here, volume controls here are F12, F11 on this one. It changes from laptop to laptop, but they all have pretty much the same functionalities. There's screen brightness. For example, here we see a little sunshine, and here we see two keys in a row. That one is a sunshine, and one is like the opposite. Basically, it's going to lower the amount of brightness. So if you have a laptop screen, you find it too bright, or maybe it's not bright enough. Well, function keys and the corresponding key, once again, depending on the laptop. I've seen some laptops where the brightness is on the arrow keys on the bottom right. It really depends on the model you have. So these are either alone or in combination with your FN key, which is function, and the laptop that you're using. Now, the other thing that you might ask is, yeah, but what F1 to F12, what does it do? I don't see, sometimes I press and nothing happens. Well, there's different functionalities. The F keys are programmable keys. They do whatever the software tells them to do. Example, if I'm in my web browser, and every web browser is pretty much universal, if I press the F11 key, I become a full screen. And I'll have full screen browsing in my browser. If I press again, I come back to the regular window mode of the browser and continue using it as it is. Depending on the software you use, the F keys will do different things. So you have to refer to the instructions or the information you get, depending on what software you use. If you use Microsoft Word, you'll see that the F keys do all sorts of things in Microsoft Word. F1 is often a universal help key. You press F1 and you get tips. For example, here I got Microsoft Edge tips for this case. If you have another piece of software, it will give you maybe the general help of that software. So there's different things, and it really, really depends on the software you're using. The Windows key is very simple. It is there to make your Windows menu appear. So sometimes if you're not sure, you're thinking, well, I don't know if my computer's frozen or not. One of the tricks that I use as a tech guy to see if it's not your, sometimes it could be your mouse that's not responding, but not necessarily the computer's not necessarily frozen. Well, I'll press a Windows key. If the menu pops up, you know that, oh, it's not frozen. It's just that for some reason the mouse isn't working, or the keypad on the laptop isn't working. But it brings up your menu, your start menu, which is a useful way of doing it. So you can see all the little things like this. Of course, caps lock is the general everything in uppercase. So if you press caps lock, you'll see often a little light that will pop up and say, hey, you're in caps lock mode. And you start typing, you'll see that you're in uppercase all the time. The shift keys put you in uppercase temporarily, as long as you hold them. You'll have the tab keys that will, in some cases, do, for example, in word processing, they'll give you a specific spacing. Sometimes it's a programmable spacing. You can actually set tabs and set it depending on, how many spaces you want. And of course, there's lots of little things that are very specific to your laptop. So don't forget, every laptop, even though inside the box, we never get manuals today because they're too expensive and they don't want to give us that manual. Online, your laptop manufacturer has a PDF manual, a full manual of what your laptop can do, and its different keys and function keys to learn more. So head on to your manufacturer. If it's an HP, go to hp.com, search for your specific model number, and you'll see in the download section, one of the items there will be the instructions manual. You'll know how it works from A to Z, and all the little intricacies of your laptop are. And it's something that's often nice to use. So that's pretty much the very quick look at what to expect from your keyboard. And like I said, you can be very specific on a video like this because every model is different, but they basically do the same thing.
Okay, that was the extra information from the video about the different numbers in keyboard shortcuts. One or more keys held in order to perform a task. They allow you to perform certain tasks faster than if you did it without the shortcut. Watch the video to better understand your keyboard and different shortcuts.
Hello students, today we're going to be looking at the basics of your Chromebook, particularly the keyboard and your touchpad. It is a little different from a regular laptop, and there are some shortcuts that you'll need to know. Teachers, if you need to pause this video, please do so now in order to give your class time to open up the lid of their Chromebooks and to log in, because I want them to look at the keyboard as I go over this tutorial. Let's take a look at your Chromebook keyboard. In particular, let's look at the top row. Some of these buttons I'm not going to go over because you're going to be using it with a combination of a second button. I will talk about it briefly, but we're going to be looking at that more when you look at shortcuts and combinations. First, I want to tell you, don't get overwhelmed with this. There's so many different little hotkey combinations and shortcuts, and we have that on regular laptops. Some of them you're going to learn, some of them you're not, and some it's not really going to be any easier for you than going through the full process that you normally take in order to have these different functions, such as copying and pasting. But you need to be aware because there's a few things that you just can't find on the keyboard of a Chromebook versus other laptop. So I don't want you to be confused about that, and I'll be pointing some of those out. But looking at this top row, notice escape. That's pretty standard. You're going to use that button if you are in a web page, for example, and let's say that you're looking at a slide presentation, or it could be a video. The escape button will allow you to de-emphasize a player or a slide presentation and go back to that main web page wherever it's embedded. Let's look at some other keys. One thing you'll notice is you have these arrow buttons. You have a back button and a forward. You can push these on your keyboard if you want to go to the previous page in your browser history. This is exactly the same as a back button that you will see when you are online. And that forward button will give you the next page in your browser history. The next key is very powerful, and you will probably use this many times. I talked about this when we went over the troubleshooting tutorial. This is your reload refresh key. It's very important to try this if you have a web page that is not loading or is stuck, frozen. Oftentimes this fixes it. So that is when I reference to you. The reload refresh, that's where it's located, right there at the top. Let's look at the settings and how to quickly change them for your screen. You have two different buttons. It looks like little round circles. Of course, you have these little spikes coming out. One's smaller and one's larger, here and here. You can use these keys to adjust the brightness of your screen. The smaller one is to make it more dim. And then right beside it, you have the brightener that will increase the brightness of your screen. Beside the keys that impact the setting of the brightness of your screen, you have keys that you can use to mute the volume of your computer, to decrease the sound, and to increase. I suggest every student use this mute button. What you don't want is for a distraction during class if you click on a link and a video begins playing automatically, and that does happen. So unless your teacher wants you listening to something, my suggestion is to always have it muted. And then the last key is your power key. Now, even though I have on this tutorial power off and on, I wanted to explain something to you that I think is kind of cool about a Chromebook. You may want to power it off if you're using it as a troubleshooting tip, and also maybe between classes just to conserve your battery. What's interesting about a Chromebook, though, is if you don't power it off, when you close the lid, it's not going to shut it off. You don't have to turn it on. All you have to do is open your lid, and it's on automatically. If you would like to pull up a keyboard for you to view and see all the shortcuts, let's try this now. You can do this on your own screen. Find the control key. It's in the bottom left of your Chromebook keyboard. Push the control key down and also the Alt and question mark. You have to hold all three of these at the same time. What you should see on your screen is an actual keyboard. You can try pushing different keys.
What are you doing? I need you to go outside. I need you to go outside. Mason, what are you doing? I'll be right back. And don't slam the door.
Question mark. You have to hold all three of these at the same time. What you should see on your screen is an actual keyboard. You can try pushing different keys to see the combinations and what they do. For example, try pushing Control once you see that keyboard displayed. Pushing the Control key, it'll show you shortcuts that you use with Control and what it will do. Once you've looked at those, you can also try this with Shift, and it'll show you when you hold Shift and other keys, what function it will enable. And also try it with Alt. As you can see, as you're kind of exploring this, there are many different ways to enable functions just using your keyboard. A few things, these are shortcuts that I think you're going to need to know, and you're going to end up using this quite a bit. One thing you're going to notice on your keyboard, there's no caps lock. The way to make a capital letter is to push down Alt as well as your search icon. You have to hold this at the same time, and that will enable you to type a capital letter. And when you're ready to go back to lowercase, you will have to do the shortcut key combination again. You'll push Alt and that search. Something else that might be different for you is, I tend to already use this, but it may be neat for some of you, is when you copy something, Control C, and then to paste it, Control V. You may find that this is easier to copy and paste because your touchpad does not do right clicks the way a regular touchpad will do on a different laptop. So it's easier for some to do Control V. Now, there are ways to do a right click. It's just not the way you're probably used to. And that's when you take your two fingers and you place them on your touchpad. That will give you that right click function.
Different keyboard shortcuts. Keyboard shortcuts continued. Some useful shortcuts. Control+C allows you to copy the highlighted text. Control-V allows you to paste the highlighted text. Control-P allows you to print the page you are currently on. Control-S allows you to save the current document. Control-A allows you to select all text. Control-N allows you to create a new document. And Control-Alt-Delete allows you to exit out of a frozen screen. Downloading applications. Locate the Play Store in the list of your apps on the computer. Click into it. Click into the search bar /address bar. Type in the name of the app you want. Press enter. Find the app you want in the list of apps that come up. Click into it and double check that it is the right app. Then click the download button or install. Wait for the area where the download button was to pop up with an open button. And when it does, you have successfully downloaded the app. Using Google. In the list of applications on your computer, locate the internet or Google Chrome. Click into it. When it comes up, find the thin and long gray bar at the top of the screen. Click into it, and when you see a blinking black line, your cursor, you are able to type. Type google.com into the bar and click enter. When the front page of Google comes up, there is going to be a large bar in the middle of the screen. Click into it and type the question you have or the information you want to find. Click enter and search results will come up.
Awesome job, Kylie. I have a few questions for you. What has been the most enjoyable part of doing this senior citizen community project?
Probably just the fact that this can actually help people communicate with their loved ones.
If a senior citizen was to take one thing from your presentation, what would you want it to be?
Probably just that it's not as hard as it looks and to just give it a try.
My name is Sydney Campbell, and I'm going to be teaching you about Android phones. Here is how to call someone. Open your voice app. At the bottom, tap Calls. If the person you are calling is in your recents or contacts, click on the name or number and click Call. If they are not in your contacts or recents, you can add them by the plus bar at the top of the app. You can also dial the number. For initial calls, enter the country code before putting in the actual number. Here's the YouTube video on how
There are two ways of making a phone call on an Android phone. Option 1 is manual mode. Look for the icon that looks like a phone. Tap it once. Simply dial in the number manually. And once you're done, hit the green button to call. Alternatively, you've got the option of going through your contacts. Press the contact icon once. Look for the contact that you want to call. Tap on the contact once. And you will then find an option on the phone next to their contact name, which will allow you to make a phone call.
This is how to add someone to your contacts. Click the Add Contact button and choose Add a Contact. Type in the contact's name if you have it. Type in the contact's email address. Check the box for permission to send. Once the box is checked, you will see a line under the email address that says Add to List. There is a plus sign in that line. Click it. Check off the list or lists that you would want to add to the contact. Click Apply. Click Save Contact to select either Save Contact or Add another if you have multiple contacts to add. Here's another video about how to add a contact.
Hey guys, this is Xavier from phonebook.com, and today I'm going to show you how to add a contact to your Android phone. So the steps might differ slightly depending on your model of phone, but I'll try to go over it and hopefully you can figure it out from these basic steps. So to add a contact to your phone book, the way you do it is you're going to go over to your contact list, and you'll see a little plus sign. If you don't see that, you might have to press menu and then hit add contact from this list of options. In my case, it doesn't show up here. It's not even under more, so the only way I could do it is press this little plus icon. I'll go ahead and do that. You say it tells you where do you want to sync it. I always do it to my Gmail account, so that way it syncs to the server. Type in their first and last name, their phone number, and hit save, and you're done. Like I said, it might be a little different on your phone, but for the most part, that's how you do it. This is Dave from phonebook.com. Thanks for watching the video, and don't forget to visit phonebook.com for more cell phone news, reviews, and how-tos.
Okay. This is how to text someone. You're going to open up your texting app. Press the plus button and add the number. It's kind of like how you used to do it for the contacts. Type the message you want to send, click send when you are ready. Here's another YouTube video on how to text someone.
This video is how you can use Google Hangouts. This video is going to show you how you can use Google Hangouts to video chat with your friends and family. Even if you don't have an Android device, you can still download Google Hangouts from the Play Store. So we're going to go ahead and open our Hangouts app, which comes pre-installed on all Republic phones, and it'll take us straight to our contacts page. We only have one contact here, but you'll likely have a lot more depending on how many contacts you have in your Gmail account. So let's say we want to video chat with our Republic Test contact. We'll go to the chat. You can send them a quick message, say, hey, you want to chat? They'll be like, yes. And you'll just go ahead and hit that button right there. It's a camera button, and it'll automatically start with your front-facing camera for like selfie mode. If you want to just have an audio chat, you can call them using the phone button. That will not activate the camera. Hope this helps you stay connected with your friends and family.
How to video chat someone. On your Android device, open the Duo app. Swipe up to find your contacts and then tap the name to call. Choose video call or voice call. When done, tap end call. And here's a...
All right, great job, Sydney. We have a few questions for you. What has been the most rewarding part of this presentation?
Kind of learning about Androids because I've never had an Android before and I didn't really know how they work, so learning how an Android would work based on texting and everything and helping people who don't know this stuff, it's kind of rewarding because I can teach them a little bit more.
If there is one thing for a senior citizen to take away from your presentation, what would you want it to be?
One thing that a senior citizen wouldn't take away. I'd probably say the video chatting one, because not many senior citizens want to video chat people. They normally just want to call.
So seeing that face-to-face interaction is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, awesome.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie Troy. My favorite thing about my time in school was the trips we went on, and my plans for after graduation are to get a job and look at possible college options.
Hi, my name is Sydney Campbell. One of the experiences that I loved about Wybeck was the time when we pied the teachers in the face. And what I want to do after graduation is I want to go to a nursing school to learn how to be a NICU nurse.
My name is Kylie, and my favorite thing about school was the awesome trips we got to go on, and my favorite was the New Hampshire skiing trips. And my plan for after graduation is to go full time into college at Messiah and get into a career helping people.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Henderson. I'm the program coordinator here at Yellow Breeches. It has been absolutely wonderful working with these 3 amazing young ladies who are now graduates here of our program. I just want to say congratulations, ladies, as you guys kind of take the next step. Thank you to the amazing staff here, both Abby and Greg, who have kind of helped these ladies through this huge transition. It's been amazing kind of seeing that growth and seeing these 2 staff really work with them. So I'm super proud of everybody here. Super proud of your journeys and glad that I got to be a part of just that experience and all of your wonderful memories.
On behalf of Wybeck, we would like to thank you for allowing our seniors to present to you their class of 2020 senior projects. I hope you enjoyed their presentations.